Hi, welcome back to the Radial podcast. My name's Austin. I'm joined by Devin.
Hello.
And Jeff.
I'm concerned.
Yeah, we got like an IED on your front porch today. It's shaped like a race car.
I will say the Williams engineers might take notes.
Yeah.
The only thing question about this is the front wing is going to provide some lift.
Some flex.
No, it's lift. The wing is angled in such a manner that will push the nose of the car upwards.
So, yeah, we should describe this box for the audio part.
It looks like a box, but with a rear wing and a front wing.
Yeah, Daniel dropped this off at Jeff's house today, and it is supposed to be a Formula One car. The shit has a fucking nose and a front wing and a rear wing.
Also got the number 3, and it's got tires and wheels sharpied onto the sides. It's painted. I don't know what country this would be. It's orange with a white center stripe with a blue right stripe. So I don't know what it's supposed to be. It also has a balloon attached to it.
Yeah, we got a red balloon and a note that says Happy 50th episode. Please open when everyone is present. So,
which either someone's going out of their way to kill us or someone's going out of their way to kill us.
Yeah, this might be the last episode of the Radio Podcast when I get up and fucking quit right after we started. So,
or this episode will never come out because we're all dead.
Yeah, so go ahead and open this nightmare.
The livery of this box reminds me of that bad zipper livery from like the late 90s that probably no one but me remembers because it's awful.
All right.
There's a balloon
There's another
inside.
balloon inside.
Holy shit.
Fucking brilliant.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's fucking fantastic.
A Superfan application. I, Daniel, formally submit a request for Superfan status. In place of a check, there is a gift for each of the hosts. Daniel.
I'm going to stop this before we get sued.
Yeah, please stop.
Here, I'll put my finger on that and you go through that box.
I'll get the bag out. All right.
He even like made fake letterhead.
Oh, no.
Actually, we might have to sue him for that.
Yeah.
What is this?
That looks like a bottle of piss.
What the fuck?
It's got vegan on it, so I can only assume that's for you.
Okay.
There's mixed. I assume those Old Glories are for you.
I think the Old Glory's for all of us, probably.
Sour Patch Kids. This is also for you. Organic, vegan mac and cheese.
Oh, this is actually good as shit.
Is it?
Yeah, basically it's just as terrible as like the Kraft Blue Box. It's the trash that you want sometimes.
Is there anything else in this box?
This is legitimate nice gifts.
How the
This
fuck
is
did
nice.
he do this?
There's a lot of wires in there. It's
Take the... See, there's a battery pack in there. Will you take one of the batteries out? How the fuck?
I'm honestly very impressed.
I am extremely impressed with this.
Oh, shit! We took
He's
out
got
the
one of the
batteries
batteries out and it still
goes.
What the shit? It's got a capacitor in it, for sure.
oh, there's more batteries.
I am...
Paul Walker's ghost is gonna sue us.
We have to keep this box forever.
The Teriyaki Boys are gonna sue us, I guess.
It's mostly fine. Remove this from the table.
So he said there was one thing for each of us that should be obvious. And now I'm wondering, is this bottle of mystery vegan piss something
That's
that we're
for
supposed
all
to
of us,
share?
Yes.
Jeffrey, could you get up and get glasses then?
Fuck.
Also, I'm going to get up and get my phone now.
All right.
Actually, no, we should probably just keep recording for this part.
Yeah, probably for this.
Or editing minute. We could cut this exact part out while you get your phone and I get the glasses.
Editing's a lot of work.
Yeah,
Okay.
just go get some glasses. God damn it.
Yeah.
I'm totally cool with this. I've never had the mixed berry Old Glory.
Oh, it's flavored.
Yeah, it's mixed berry.
Is it sugar full or sugar free?
No, this has sugar in it.
Damn.
But I will have some of those later when they're cold.
Let me get that flute.
Fuck off.
Oh, that's your
man.
fancy. I went to space camp.
Falcon Heavy launch, test launch.
Test launch.
2018.
Champagne flute.
Is that going to be better served cold?
Oh, almost certainly. It says shake well before serving. So
Yeah, there's
I think that's juice.
particulate in there.
That might be like pineapple juice.
It It's the strangest bottle of pineapple juice I've ever seen.
It's a bottle of... I'm just going to keep calling it piss, because it looks like piss.
I don't know what your piss looks like, but you should go to the doctor.
It looks like a sickly person's piss, I should say.
It's like a cloudy... It just looks like pineapple juice to me, so hopefully it's mostly fine.
I hope it is pineapple juice.
That filling comes through the audio very well.
So yeah, this is our 50th episode. We're not quite to the 1 year mark, but I guess this is a milestone.
Oh, that's a problem.
Is it?
That might be a problem.
Does it properly smell not like pineapple
It smells
juice?
like a cleaning product.
This really does smell like a little bit like Lysol.
Shit. All right. Thank you, Daniel, for the legitimate nice things in your nice box and your Tokyo Drift magic.
How did he get that on there?
Dude, I genuinely have no fucking idea.
I'm impressed in a way I did not expect that he legitimately engineered a nice audio thing into
I've
this.
talked to him before about doing stuff like that. And like, if I can recall right, like we used to do this Christmas gift thing for each other. He's done stuff like that before.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's a wiring thing.
That's a soundboard that's wired in there.
All right, boys, to the 50th.
Yeah. Clink, clank.
Clink,
Let's
clank.
drink this piss. That's very acidic.
What the fuck
It doesn't
is this?
taste nearly as bad as it smells. Yeah. Oh, wait, there's an aftertaste.
There's an
There's an aftertaste. I don't know what
Tastes
this
like
is.
pine trees.
I'm going to text him to ask what this is, so we can say on the podcast what this piss we just drank was.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
Oh, that's not good. It's very acidic.
Yeah, I took 2 drinks.
So
it
did
tastes like pine needles.
It does.
I took a second drink because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, no,
All
yeah,
3
okay.
of us did.
On the second one, I wanted to throw up.
Cap that back up. Ooh.
So yeah, stay tuned for later in the podcast.
Why would you apply to be super fan
for-
and then give that bullshit to us?
He also hand drew our logo.
Yeah,
and,
I was saying he made us some letterhead, and there's that for the video.
I gotta say that
I thought,
crayon handwriting on
He does
the
have a little
stuff.
girl.
Yeah, but that made it like more frightening. Like I open the door, here's this balloon and crayon. It says, "Hey, I got this thing for you."
yeah, he went to. He didn't just tie balloons to this. He got them filled with helium.
Yeah,
They float.
I mean, he went out of his way to make this happen.
I feel bad.
I don't feel bad. Whatever
in,
it is
in my stomach.
Oh yeah.
yeah. I feel like a little bit of heartburn coming on almost from it.
I think my insides are dissolving.
Okay, I'm gonna go in this
Did
video.
he just put pine sol in a jar?
I think we're gonna fucking die.
Did
while
you
we're
test
recording.
the nipple before you?
I did not test the nipple. No, we might have drank Pine Sol,
Fuck.
but Pine Sol's vegan probably. He left enough label on there that
to not figure out what brand it is.
yeah.
Or my throat burns.
Yeah, this is a bit unpleasant. Austin, like a very smart man, has brought bottled water.
Thank you.
So now we can cleanse it.
What if it reacts with water?
Then we die.
All right, it's not fizzing over. We're okay. Ugh.
That's much better.
Ugh.
What in the actual fuck?
Welcome to the Radial podcast, where we drink Pine Sol flavored piss
I got my phone back.
and love Tokyo Drift.
That's actually like fantastic.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Like not the drink. The drink was the worst part.
Yeah. I'll say.
Open those Sour Patch Kids and let me get some. I gotta get this taste out of my throat. I don't. At this point, the audio version of this podcast is ruined.
Found a box knife. We're okay. Whoa, easy dog.
You almost just stabbed your dog in the face.
the blade wasn't out. He almost caught my finger though.
Very smart plan to open up food to bring the dog to the table.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy, but he's also a big boy, and he pants. So, racing, am I right?
I'm gonna turn my mic off for a second.
You're right. Racing happened today.
2 of them, in fact.
Well,
3 of
Presumably
them,
more. There
Austin
was-
says.
races before.
6 hours at Watkins Glen.
Oh, actually, there was a 4th. There was something at Suzuka, too.
What about F2?
Also, there was F2.
What
There was a
about
lot of stuff. There are 2 things I care about. Namely, Formula 1
in Tokyo Drift?
and Super GT.
Oh,
Which, is basically Tokyo Drift, except this time it was in Thailand. So, well,
They've
Jeff
sheared this
makes
box to
balloon
my
noises.
Okay, I'm back.
Let me. It is. Daniel has replied with what that drink was. It was from a company called Big Island Organics, and it was a product called Gingerade Mate. So that is a ginger-based beverage.
that makes sense.
Organic lemon juice, organic agave nectar, organic fresh pressed ginger,
Their logo is
organic yerba mate. Mate?
Yeah, it's probably mate, so this is probably Gingerade Mate.
Yeah.
not mate. Oi, it's Gingerade, mate.
Mate.
Their logo is an erupting volcano in front of a rainbow.
Which is what it feels like inside of us.
This
Actually, yeah.
So Daniel has gotten us harder with the drink than 10 Cents ever did.
Yeah, no, the grass soda I drank was delicious.
I'm still not going to say delicious. It was
better than
okay.
this.
Yes, it was.
I would drink the
measurably
grass soda
better than
again
that.
if somebody gave it to me.
Yeah, same. So it was just appley.
Yeah, it was like pear almost. Or,
Yeah.
God
What
damn
the
it,
fuck,
Jeff.
you goddamn noise generator?
The tape was stuck to my floor, and I was concerned for my floor.
Okay, fair. So yeah, let's actually start the motorsport section of this podcast.
Where did he get this speaker?
I don't know. Probably work.
He probably just like broke into somebody's car,
Yeah.
stole the door speaker out of like a 1994.
Drink chilled
Kia.
or warm. So warm it was.
Yep,
It was.
it was warm.
Fuck.
We just run through Super GT real quick because I don't have a ton of notes on this race, and then we'll get into Formula One. So as I already mentioned, this race was in Thailand this time, which you
is
might note is
distinctly
not
not Japan.
Japan. Yeah. Which means, unfortunately, some of the GT300 cars do not make the trip.
So what prefixture is this then?
Thailand.
Okay. Are there prefixtures in Thailand?
I don't think so. Yeah, it's like expensive to boat over there. So some of the poorer teams in GT300 don't go. So here, the qualifying was damp, and also there's a bunch of success ballast that's been applied to these cars at this point. So like, I think Jensen Button has like 65 kilograms in his passenger seat.
That's like a person.
Yeah, that is like a person. I guess I don't know how much a kilogram is.
I don't either.
But yeah, so we run through qualifying from the leaders real quick. So Jensen Button's the championship leader. He qualified P5.
1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds.
How many is 65? Let's
Around
say
130
140.
pounds.
Please. Around 140 pounds.
140.
The red car, which is the Nissan GTR, is P2 in the championship, qualified P15, which is dead last. Bad weekend for the red car. Nick Cassidy in the Keeper Toms is P3 in the championship, qualified P12. And Jan Mardenborough, who's P10 in the championship, qualified P7. So, not like all the leaders there, not looking real good this weekend. Over in GT300, championship leader is a BMW M6, the qualified P3. And Miku is P10 in the championship, qualified P7. So, race starts, and pretty quickly on in the race, something happened to Hatsune Miku. I have no idea what it is because the camera wasn't on her, and it never went back to her in the replays. But by lap 3, she was dead last. So like 23rd, I think. And that was a real bummer. Pretty quickly, like the track started to heat up, and cars were able to start doing better and better, and the Hondas all started doing worse and worse, which was kind of weird. Jenson Button just like falling to the back of the pack in the GT500 class. I don't have a ton of notes here because like mostly it was like, oh yeah, this is like a good tight racing between a couple cars, but there's not like a lot of things to note other than like, oh, these two cars were battling for like 3 laps, that sort of thing.
That's cool.
But like,
So
even
it
towards,
wasn't like a snooze fest. Like stuff was still happening.
Stuff was happening. I just didn't have a lot of notes. Like towards the end of the race, like the top 3 cars in GT 500 were separated by like 2-3 seconds after 300 kilometers.
Yeah.
Keeper Tom's car had a really bad pit stop, to where similar to Kimmy's pit stop where he broke that guy's leg, one of the tires, like the wheel gun guy was trying to tighten that nut. They dropped the car and he tried to drive away. Luckily, dude let go of it and didn't fuck up his hands, and got the car to stop very quickly.
Did it rip the gun away though?
It did not. He didn't drive far enough that the gun ripped off.
Okay.
So that was lucky, but it was still a terrible stop. And I was like, fuck, there's that race destroyed. Because you might remember, Keeper Tom's is my car in GT500 that I'm rooting for. After all of the pit stops, Miku somehow made it up to P9. Really stretched out the first stint, because you have to stop for a driver change. So just incredible first stint, very long first stint, and then also didn't change tires during the pit stop. So you have to stop to change drivers, but tire change is not required.
Okay.
So Miku's now up into P9 and looking to get points after on lap 3 being dead last. So that was very exciting, but unfortunately, because she was so far back, wasn't getting very much camera time at all.
Yeah.
So I was just basically watching the numbers, like, oh wow, she's
The
doing
numbers,
better and
they
better.
go up.
In this case, they were going down.
No.
After the driver change in the Keeper Toms and that bad pit stop, they were very aggressive, and were back up to P8 before very long. Which remember they started P12 and had that terrible pit stop, so that was looking pretty good. 3 laps remaining. The championship leader in GT300, the BMW M6, that was in P2, got a puncture and had to pit at that point.
Isn't that a bitch?
And ended up finishing P11 after that. So that super sucked for them. But what sucked even worse is on the final lap, the AU Tom's Lexus in GT500 ran out of gas from P3.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And had to pull off and stop the car. Was classified P10, but the top 3 cars were all like really tight together. And like that car looked like it was maybe going to win the race. Even being in P3 on the final lap, it was like he might take this win. But unfortunately ran out of gas, had to pull off. Winner of GT500 was Kamui Kobayashi.
Hell yeah.
So always nice to see him. He had a nice big smile after that. Jeff's got something wrong with him. I don't know what it is.
Jeff's having a stroke.
And the Gainer GTR 1 GT300, I don't know, not a car I care about. It's not Miku. And a Prius was P2.
Nice.
Those Priuses are not
They're cool.
Prii.
Yeah.
Sorry, are not like road Prii.
No, they're awesome.
So yeah, they're good.
So in GT500, Yan finished P6, Keeper Toms finished P8, Jenson Button finished P11, and the red car finished P12. Worth noting again, the AU Toms that had to park on the side of the road was classified P10. So Button was so far back in this race that this parked car beat him.
That
Is a problem.
is ridiculous.
Yep. Over in GT300, Miku finished P7. So got a few more spots even.
Nice. Making a comeback.
Yep. So that was very nice to see. And if you've listened to me prattle on about this stuff beforehand, you know, the podium ceremony's usually pretty good.
What's the weird trophy?
There wasn't one this time.
Fuck this.
And it sucked. I was so upset. Let me mention real quickly also, Button's fallen down to P2. The red car's in P3. Yan is P10. And Miku is P11 over in GT300.
Okay.
So yeah, there wasn't a weird, fun trophy this time. I was
Is
like,
it because they were in Thailand?
I guess.
Fuck Thailand.
But it sucked.
Hard stance.
So
I wonder if I can get that URL. Hang on, keep talking. I'm going to look.
the GT300 podium ceremony was first. One of the Prius drivers was wearing boxing gloves as he came up
What?
to the
What?
podium for some reason.
Was that his trophy?
No, he had them, and he was wearing them, and then he took them off so they could give him the beer, which they gave him bottles of beer that looked like small champagne bottles, but were actually big bottles of beer.
Were they just 40s? Were
No,
they malt liquor?
they were not 40s. They looked like fancy lad beer.
Sure to check out our new website.
Don't buy that.
And the trophies,
Not anger an entire country. Fuck Kansas, but Thailand's okay.
I'm buying it.
Oh, boy.
and the trophies for this also look shitty. They look like bookends, basically. Pretty disappointing all around. Yeah, GT300 drivers, each driver got a bottle of beer. Normally it is each team gets a bottle. And then they sprayed their beer around, drank their beer, and then, again, no weird fun prize. And then GT500 guys come up, they get their bookends, and then they're standing around waiting and keep making just like shaking bottle gestures. Turns out the bottles that they gave to the GT300 drivers, since each driver got a bottle, each team was only supposed to give one bottle, and the GT500 drivers got nothing.
Oh, nice.
Because they accidentally gave them all to the GT300 guys. So those dudes were just standing around confused on the podium, like walking around aimlessly, waiting for their beer. And that was fantastic.
Please. Biru.
It's Thailand, man.
Oh. Well, they're still Japanese, right?
Wow.
What?
No, like the series.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And also most of the drivers. But this was a Thailand beer.
Be sure to check out our new website. It's fuckthailand.com.
Great. Can we just buy fuckeverycountry.com?
No, actually like that, though.
That would...
Yeah, just fuckeverycountry.com.
There's only like 360 countries.
It's like
I mean, that...
$12 every time you buy a domain.
Oh, yeah. It's just $3,600 annually in fuckthesecountries.coms. So yeah, that was all I had for Super GT. It was a pretty fun race, but just not a ton going on.
Super
and
GT just sounds cool.
It's awesome.
I still haven't made time to watch a race. Too busy adulting.
Yeah. Shame about that.
Fuck.
But yeah, disappointed in the podium ceremony because that's normally pretty good. Commentators great as always.
Yeah, you sent us a video of them like asking like how they won or whatever.
Yeah.
That's beer in Thailand?
Oh, okay. Nia.
It starts with a B.
Oh, Bia.
B-E-I with
where
a
they're
mark,
like,
Y.
how did you
R
win?
with a
And the
mark.
guy was like, the car is fast. Very, very fast. Like the translator.
Yeah.
And this dude's like saying a ton of words and he's like, the car's very fast.
Yeah. The commentator's just making up what both the question and the answer are.
Yes.
Just like, yeah,
Fantastic.
car's
Neither
fast.
one of those dudes speak Japanese.
Very, very. That is why we won. That was fantastic. So yeah, on to the main course.
The Formula One?
Formula One in Austria.
We're in
The
Austria
Red Bull Ring.
at the Red Bull Ring.
Spielberg, Austria.
I like that track.
So do I.
And I like the backdrop there
Yep.
with like
Yep.
the mountains and the green, and it's very pretty.
The big Red Bull statue is also badass.
Important thing to note going into this, Red Bull's never won at their own track. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you would have thought they would have.
Yeah, but apparently not.
When did they start going back to the Red Bull Ring?
I mean, they've been there for...
Because you would have thought, like, surely during...
I think the Red Bull put a bunch of money into that track in the last 5 years or something like that. So, like, the commentators were talking about how they had to, like, pour money into the
70
circuit.
million euro.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the second race of the triple header, so teams are very, very, very busy right now. Mercedes introduced some new side pods coming into this. Renault apparently has a party mode now for their qualifying setup, engine mapping. Anything else prior to getting into practice?
Nah, not before practice.
So, well, I mean, there's still some news, like some false reports going around about Daniel Ricciardo re-signing.
What do you mean false reports?
Well, things that are not confirmed.
Oh yeah,
I haven't.
I would
haven't
call
even
those
actually seen
rumors.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Rumors.
Rather than false reports because they may be true.
They might be, they might not be. Daniel Ricciardo said, or he like steered the conversation away from it when asked in an interview.
Yeah, but rumors that Ricardo is going to re-sign. There was a good moment. I don't know if you guys saw this of a Finnish interviewer was like,
Oh,
it was
yeah, with
Daniel
Kimi, right?
and Kimi right next to
Yeah.
each other. He's like, Daniel, if you could pick any teammate you want, who would it be? And Ricardo's just like, well, I know what answer you want. It'd be Kimi right here, right? Mm-hmm. And he's like, and then Kimi's like, or Valtteri. He's like, oh yeah, Kimi or Valtteri, either one of those.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know. You just print that, enjoy that, run that story in Finland. It'll be great.
There was another one with Kimi where the reporter was like, "You're Kimi fucking Räikkönen," and Kimi's just like, "Can you swear?" And he's like, "Yeah, we can swear." And it's like, "Oh, okay."
I did not see that one. That
Yeah,
sounds
that's
great.
pretty good. It's like, "You're Kimi fucking Räikkönen," and he just looks at him like dumbfounded, like, "Did you just say that to me?" Like, any other news before we get into the actual race weekend?
I mean, there's always rumors of Hartley's going to be replaced at any time.
Leclerc
Going to Ferrari.
going to Ferrari on 2 years, a rumor.
Yep. Even during the Super GT race, one of the Super GT drivers is rumored to be taking Hartley's seat
Nice.
after England.
Um,
So
yeah.
I don't remember who. I think it might have been Felix Rosenquist, but I don't
I thought
actually
he
remember.
was a Formula E driver.
He is.
Oh, he's also a Super GT driver.
I think also Super Formula.
Oh, well, we'll go over that later. I've got some Formula E news.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
It's not that important.
It's not.
It's Formula E
Formula
news.
It's Formula E. Yeah, let's start the race weekend. Anything in free practice?
I didn't watch any of the free practices. So
I didn't
don't know.
either.
I didn't hear anything really going on. Cars keep breaking their front wings and noses on the curbs.
Yeah, this is one of those tracks that got the big yellow curbs outside the normal curbs. And
Please,
it's
the
just wrecked.
sausage curbs.
They did call them sausage curbs, and I was like, did he just say that?
Yep.
Like,
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
I saw Max blew like a turbo or a piece of his turbo in one of the free practices, but that was it.
Okay. Qualifying. Run it down for us. Nope.
Jeff?
I got the results. I only listened to qualifying, so I didn't get to see
I
it.
didn't watch qualifying either.
Oh,
was busy.
I watched it and was listening to it, but I was on a road trip, so I didn't pay like super tight attention to it. It just it seemed like basically a normal qualifying session.
Oh, yeah. Interesting thing, 5 different teams knocked out in Q1.
Unfortunately, Williams made it to Q2.
Yet Lance Stroll
I'm
made it into Q2.
super into that though.
Yeah,
like
same.
there's no like mid pack. It's just the top 3, and then the rest of them, and then Williams.
Yes.
But even like not even just Williams this time. Like 5 different teams knocked out.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah,
So
diverse.
that was nice. Yeah, I was bummed Lance Stroll made it into Q2, but I think he finished P15. So
Yeah,
he was the worst driver in Q2.
I mean, he got into Q2.
Yeah.
Like that's all he could hope to do.
Yep.
It's not like he's gonna get to Q3. Like it's just not gonna happen.
No, not at all. So yeah, and then Q3, exciting thing of note, Valtteri Bottas put it on pole.
By
should've
like
been.
1,000th of a second. Like it was a really tight margin.
Yeah, just barely beating out
Or 100th
Hamilton.
of a second.
maybe one of you guys can enlighten me on this. So I saw Alonso; he made it into Q2 and then managed to break his front wing as he was trying to finish his flying lap. So he didn't do that well in Q2, but then also started from pit lane today,
I
I'm
think
sure
he changed some more
broke
parts.
Parc Fermé or whatever.
just replacing a front wing count. I don't think so.
I think so.
Seems weird.
Because
people
I'm pretty
break things all
sure
the time.
Eric Boulier was like, yeah, we just changed some more like engine stuff.
Oh, okay.
So it's like they ended up deciding to start from pit lane, which can you just always do that? Can you always just opt to start from pit lane?
I think you can.
Yeah, because I mean it's not really a benefit except you're going to miss
The turn one.
The turn one shenanigans.
If you need to replace the parts, I would rather avoid that chaos and then just work my way back through the field. So, yeah.
Charles Leclerc got a penalty.
Vettel got a
5 second penalty, or not 5 second, 5 place grid penalty. And Vettel in qualifying got a 3 place penalty for impeding Carlos Sainz.
Yeah. Do you guys watch that video?
No.
Of him impeding.
Yeah, him doing the impeding.
Yeah.
So, I mean, rules are rules, right? Like,
Yeah.
He got the grid place penalty, but like, I don't feel like that was his fault. And I said this in our text group, like, I'm all aboard the fuck Sebastian Vettel train, but like, he didn't. There's no way he could have known unless the team had let him know.
But he also was going slow on the racing line, which is
This is true.
maybe not ideal.
This is true, but yeah, there was no way that Vettel could have known that Sainz was coming.
Yeah,
He shouldn't have been on the racing line. But,
but if he didn't think anyone was behind him, then it doesn't
very,
matter.
very close call for Carlos Sainz. That could have been real bad.
Yeah.
It turned out fine for everybody. Just Vettel got a penalty.
Yeah.
So our starting grid order, like we mentioned, Bottas on pole, followed by Hamilton, Raikkonen, Verstappen, Grosjean, Vettel because of his penalty, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Sainz, Hulkenberg.
You guys want to talk about the Ricciardo and Verstappen drama that happened?
I don't.
We need to mention it.
Right. Well, I'm not saying like I don't know how much it's like drama between the drivers. I don't really think that it is. I think it just seems like it's a team rule that people are being pissy about.
It seems like a dumb rule to me.
I agree.
Like, so essentially, Red Bull switches off which driver pulls out first each weekend. So this weekend, Daniel Ricciardo has to pull out of his pit box or pit stall before Max Verstappen, which allows Max Verstappen to get a tow during qualifying.
Yeah.
And then next week it'll be flip-flop from that. So Max Verstappen will have to pull out first.
Yep.
At one point during Q3, Ricciardo got over the radio because they were telling him to speed up. And he was like, there's no point. I'm just punching a hole in the air. And Max's engineers were telling him to overtake Ricciardo. And Max was coming back over the radio like, no, he's supposed to give me a tow. So they were being kind of pissy on the radio. Daniel Ricciardo afterwards was being kind of pissed off about it. Jeff and I both agree. They could both give each other a tow during Q3.
We assume.
I mean, it's 15 minutes. They've got time.
12 minutes, right?
I think it's 12. But, I mean, yeah, it is just, like, normally the further you go on into qualifying, like, your times get faster and faster. Like, the track just picks up more rubber.
Time for 3 flying laps.
Yeah, so most places you get maybe 2 good laps. But, yeah, here Ricciardo was arguing, like, since the lap times here are very short, it's a very fast track, they had time for 3 flying laps, so Ricciardo wanted one of those at least to get the tow.
I don't feel like that's unreasonable, but I understand that they have
but
rules.
It's not unreasonable to want that, but it is unreasonable to be like kind of pissy because the team just followed their normal team rules. Like, oh, this weekend Max gets the tow. Next weekend Ricciardo does.
This is probably just lack of awareness, but it just seems kind of odd. This is the first time that I've ever heard this coming up.
Yeah, but it's something that we've probably just never noticed.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that since the media was making a big deal about it.
Yeah, I don't really think there's much of it. I guess we'll talk about Ricciardo some more later. But yeah, that's a bit about all I've got for qualifying.
Let's talk about the race then.
Yeah.
First and foremost, happy birthday, Daniel Ricciardo.
29 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
He's old.
Wow.
Wow.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, man.
You're not 29 yet.
No, I'm 29 in like 2 weeks.
Damn.
That's not accurate. Wait.
Like 3 weeks.
There we go.
Yeah. It's like 3 weeks.
What's it like to,
Jeff knows when my birthday is better than I do.
It's weird. It's weird, man.
People, let me tell you about my best friend.
Barnaby Jones?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, let's talk about this race. Jeff, you've got the notes. You take point.
I do. So, thing to note coming out of qualifying, Mercedes set their fast times in Q2 on super softs. Ferraris did it on ultra softs, so the Ferraris are on the softer tire. So we start the race. Lights go out. Hamilton gets a better start than Bottas. and Kimi gets a really good start, and Kimi is sandwiched in between both Mercedes, and I'm getting flashbacks of Singapore 2017 with Mercedes, Mercedes instead of Ferraris, and Ferrari instead of Red Bull, and I'm just waiting for them just to all get sandwiched and crushed together, but somehow none of them make any contact with each other here.
Yeah, clean racing.
Bottas falls back to P3, Raikkonen gets into P2, and Hamilton's in P1 after turn 1, which is
it was a phenomenal
exciting
start. Yeah.
Everybody pretty much makes it through the first sector of the track pretty cleanly. I think there was some contact between Van Dorn and Gasly.
Yeah.
Van Dorn broke his front wing on Gasly's rear tire. It seems like it did no damage to Gasly's car.
Yeah.
Van Dorn had to go in the pits. A bunch of other just general shuffling around, and at the end of lap 1, we got Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen, Raikkonen, because Bottas was able to get back around Kimi. Verstappen managed to go around the inside of Raikkonen. They touched wheels slightly.
You guys see that replay?
Yeah.
I was like, oh no.
Yeah. There was a lot of oh no's for me in this race.
Yeah. It's not clean, but there was no disaster that happened from that. So I'm very impressed with both of those drivers.
Yeah.
And good pass on Max. Max's part.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah. And then not a ton going on until lap 12. Hulkenberg's driving down the wrong side of the main straight, or not the racing line side of the main street, and then starts pouring out smoke a la Grosjean in Canada.
Yeah.
K-Mag in Canada. One of the Haas's in Canada.
I think it was
Smoke screens.
Yeah.
Smoke screen.
I don't remember.
And
which
then he
one.
pulls over to the other side, going up the hill into turn 1 to go off an escape road, and his car is still billowing smoke, and now also fire.
Yep.
And also, speaking of Grosjean or Magnussen, we didn't really touch on it, but they qualified very well.
Yeah.
Like, this is the strongest Haas has looked in a while.
Yeah, Grosjean.
From that
It's
qualifying.
like early
In
season.
P4.
Yeah.
Granted, I mean, that's still P5 on merit. Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
pretty good.
But yeah, Hulkenberg's out.
Yep. And that's...
Brings out a VSC.
It doesn't.
It does not.
Yeah, I thought that's where the VSC
The
was.
VSC
too.
does not come until 2 laps later when Bottas is entering sector 2, and then he says, "Oh, my gearbox no worky," and he tries to drive up an escape road, which turns out it's just a boxed in barrier, and there's no road to get the car off of, which makes them pull out the VSC because they have to get a tractor to pick his car up and drive around a gravel track.
That
and
sucks,
stuff.
man. Bottas is having like the worst luck this season.
Yeah, it's not great. I was so happy for him to get on pole. I was like, yeah, Bottas has
too.
been having a bad season. Now he's on pole. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. They show his wife. She was sitting in the garage, and then as
She
soon
just
as
got up and
yeah,
walked
she's
out.
like, "Well, I gotta go console him."
Yeah.
Yep.
And he looked like he threw his headrest on the ground like he was.
Yeah, I mean, he was on pole here last year, won here last year, was probably hoping to win here again today after getting on pole, and then just after, so at 12 laps is like maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So 15 minutes into this race, he's just like fucking done already.
Yeah.
And because of this VSC, both Ferraris and both Red Bulls decide to come into pit, but Hamilton stays out.
They double stacked their pits too,
Red Bull
which
did
I'm
another
always
double stack.
impressed with.
And
Yeah.
Red Bull did the double stack better than Ferrari. Granted, Ferrari didn't have as big of a margin between their cars, so their timing was a little bit
Yeah.
off. But Red Bull, it was Max in, and then as soon as Max was out, Daniel was in.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah.
it
it's-
was a really good double stack. I love that.
Yeah.
So do I.
Yeah, that was
But yeah,
really
Hamilton stayed out, which seemed odd
good. Seemed questionable.
because he had time to come in. They just didn't call him in.
Yeah, before they said that he had time to come in, I was like, oh, the VSC must have come out after he had passed the pit lane already, because why would you stay out?
Yeah.
But yeah, so now Hamilton kind of can't pit, and he's got I think Max comes out like 13 seconds behind him.
Yep. Not in the pit window is like 20 seconds like it is for
Yes.
most tracks. So Hamilton has to
Dog noise.
dog noises.
Hey, bud, what's going on over there?
Did you lose your bone? You idiot.
carry on.
All right. So now Hamilton has to try to push hard on his tires to try to make up the delta so that he doesn't come out behind the Ferraris and the Red Bulls and pit under a green unless something else happens.
Yeah.
So he's basically just pushing to try to catch up or to increase that gap. And then he doesn't really. He gets enough of a gap to where Vettel's the only one that doesn't come out in front of him. He pits lap 26.
Yeah, so, like, I think Red Bull radio came over to Ricardo and, like, oh, Hamilton's doing, like, a long first stint, we think, and he'll be on softer tires towards the end. But it seemed like, yeah, maybe Mercedes, like, pitted him just to cover Vettel. Because it's like, if we stay out, we might lose Vettel here.
That's a championship strategy, not necessarily a race strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Hamilton pitted, came out in front of Vettel, but behind Verstappen, Ricardo, and Raikkonen.
Hamilton pissed at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's real pissed, and I would be too.
Yeah, because he comes out and he's just like, am I P4 now?
Yeah.
He's like, what's going on here, guys? And it's just all sorts of bitching on the radio. And
this is one of the places where I would be bitching.
yeah,
Like,
and gosh, I don't remember who it was. Not his race engineer.
he did tell Bono at one point to just like shut up and let him get on with it.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, I don't want to fucking hear it.
Except he also still just kept coming back over the radio to bitch at Bono.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do you want Bono to just say nothing when you bitch at him?
Yeah, just shut up and take it. But yeah, the team strategist comes on the radio at one point. Hamilton had said, like, guys, we threw away this race. Like, we threw away a podium.
Yeah.
And the team strategist, the lead strategist, came on the radio and said, Lewis, I threw away the win. I threw away the podium.
Yeah.
So, like, good on that dude
Yeah,
for getting on the radio and just taking the hit. Like, that takes some guts.
yep.
So, yeah. I'm cutting that out. Go on.
I don't remember how to speak. After Hamilton eventually pits, we cut back a couple laps later, and we're noticing a lot of blistering on Ricardo's rear left tire, and it kind of seems like a lot of the cars are struggling.
Yeah, I've seen that
tires,
on a lot of cars.
But Ricardo in particular, which is weird because it's only like, I don't know, 20 laps.
Yeah, the tire wasn't that old.
Yeah, and it's the soft. And
Yeah.
it's only 20 laps old, and they were hoping to go to the end on them.
Yeah.
They're going off so poorly, in fact, that Raikkonen eventually gets past Ricardo, and lap 39, Ricardo pits for his second pit stop, and they put on a set of used super softs. And I don't know if this is just me reading into things, but the commentators were making it sound like since these were used super softs, it had a heat cycle and they had a chance to cool off, that maybe somehow they'd be more durable, if not
Chemistry
less
in tires
grippy.
is weird.
Yeah. It seems like basically the tires had kind of like cooked and hardened when they cooled, so maybe they would last longer. Because it's like there's still 30 something laps in this race, and you're like, is the super soft going to last that long? If a soft just went 22
if you like
laps or whatever,
heat cycle them, like it changes the compound of the tire in a way in which like that might make sense, and they might have just been throwing something at the wall because at this point it's just.
Yeah.
They got to salvage something.
Yeah.
Right?
Although at this point it's worth noting Hartley
cut to
has
Hartley, and
been
he's like-
on super softs the entire race up to this point.
yeah, for like
and
40
is-
something laps.
is still going. So it's like, maybe they can last.
Yeah,
Yeah.
For
maybe
the
it'll be
last
fine.
30 laps.
Where's Ricardo come out after his pit? Is he behind Vettel or is he still in front of Vettel?
He's behind Vettel at this
Okay,
point.
so Ricardo's like in P6 after his second
Yes.
pit stop. Well, not too terrible.
Yeah, because like the leaders are really pulling away from the rest of the pack. I think at this point Grosjean is best of the rest.
Fuck you. Fuck off.
In P6.
Turn his mic off. I don't say that.
Grosjean, best of the rest.
Fuck
They
Romain
call it.
Grosjean.
I hate best of the rest. That's such an awful.
What do you have a better term to say? Like leader
just
who
doesn't
isn't
want it
on
to
the top
rhyme.
3 teams.
Like he's mad because it rhymes.
Hamilton's trying to chest down. Sorry, Vettel gets past Hamilton while Ricciardo's in the pits, it looks like. And then Hamilton's trying to chase Vettel down again. And during this time, like Hamilton's like, hey, guys, I feel like I'm losing power. And you're like, huh.
They, at one point, they just kind of acknowledge, like, yeah, turn the fucking car up.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, just lead me to it. Like,
yeah. And then, handful of laps later, Hartley retires because... Well, interesting. We see Hartley going slow down the main straight, and they cut back to the replay, and his engineer's like, no, we're good. You could just keep going. And Hartley's like, we are not okay. Yep. And then it cuts back to like the last two corners, and Hartley also has gearbox problems, and the car gets stuck in a particular gear, and he's like, this is not okay. And sure enough, they have to retire the car. He can make it.
So we're 2 manufacturers now with gearbox failures, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then... He can make it to an escape road, so there's no yellow or there's no VSC or actual safety car. They just get it off with double wave yellows. And then lap 63, Hamilton in a very similar place to Bottas. No, in sector 1 instead of sector 2. Hamilton also is like, I don't have power anymore, and I suspect it's also gearbox problems for him. So it's just like the track is very warm, like it's 20 degrees warmer than they had it the day before. It's like 46 degrees Celsius is the surface temperature of the track.
Yeah, it'd been a very cloudy, rainy weekend up to this point.
Yeah, air temperature was like 75 degrees Fahrenheit, and track was something like 120.
Yeah.
Also, want to point out, I think you maybe accidentally skipped over it, is that a couple laps after his pit stop, Ricciardo retired.
Yeah, Daniel Ricciardo also retires.
Yeah.
It just says stops.
Oh, yeah.
Ricciardo stops as well. He retires. He also has
gearbox
problems.
Yeah. So that is 3 different manufacturers.
Yeah. Well, a Renault lost a gearbox. A Renault lost something in the engine. 2 Mercedes had gearbox problems, and a Honda had a gearbox problem.
Yep.
So bad weekend for Daniel.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to the ground.
Yep.
We got you this transmission.
Yeah.
I think I dropped the box maybe once or twice on the way over, but it's for you.
At this point, with Hamilton out, there's only one Red Bull on track. There are the 2 Ferraris and no Mercedes. So you know who the podium's going to be, but you're not sure the order.
Yeah, the order.
Because at this point, Verstappen's on like 50-lap-old softs, and they have got some blisters on them, and the Ferraris have like 10-lap, 15-lap newer tires than him. So it's a question of...
They should be the same.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
No, they're the same.
the VSC.
But the Ferraris seem to not be dealing with
they
tire
seem gentler on their
degradation.
tires.
Like, you don't see any of the banding on their tires like you do on Verstappen. But they're chasing him down at like a couple tenths a lap or so with like 10 laps to go at this point.
Yeah, no, they're booking it.
Yeah, they're chasing him down, but it just seems like time's going to run out as it tends to.
It's really just Max needs to manage this race.
Yeah. Very, very Spain 2016 vibes of not only both Mercedes are out, but also Verstappen's winning this race with Raikkonen hunting him down.
Yep.
And much like Spain 2016, Raikkonen cannot pass Max.
Good on Ferrari for not flip-flopping their drivers for a point situation for the championship. The commentators were mentioning that too, and I thought for sure Ferrari would do that.
Good on Sauber as well, because towards the end of this race, Ericsson gets by Leclerc, and Dev and I are sitting here like, no, don't get points. And it turns out that they just told Leclerc to let Ericsson by to make an attempt on Alonso, and then if he can't do it, to give the place back to Leclerc, and then he follows through and does. So Leclerc, P9, I think.
Yeah, I think Leclerc P9, Ericsson P10.
So Ericsson got a point.
He added 1 point to his tally and is still behind Leclerc.
Yeah, because Leclerc got 2.
Alonso, starting from the pit lane, finished P8.
Yep.
Yeah, at the beginning part of this race, it sounded like he was going to be like, guys, I'm not doing 71 laps.
Yeah.
I'm just going to come in, because he was in last for a while.
Yeah, Alonso's starting to get pissy.
Well, Van Dorn was in last.
Alonso and Van Dorn were in last.
Alonso's starting to get pissy, reminiscent of like Honda stuff.
Yeah.
So,
which is not what you want.
Yeah.
Also, Van Dorn pulls into the pits and stays in there for a while, so he did not get classified.
Yeah.
Yep. worth noting that the top 3 cars have lapped all the way up to Grosjean, who's in P4.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, again, it's a very fast track. Lap times are like 108, I think, by the end of it.
Yeah, 106 to 108, somewhere in there.
So over those 70 laps, if you're just making a second a lap on the guy behind you.
Yeah.
So,
Romain Grosjean
yep, P4.
finally got points this season.
Magnussen P5. So now Sergei Sorokin is the only pointless driver.
I think
Well, he's the only driver without points.
he's not the only pointless driver, though.
Yes. No, yeah, I would call Lance Stroll pointless, even though he
And
has
Ericsson.
a couple points, maybe.
Yeah.
I think it's the best ever finish for Haas. Is that right?
Yep.
P4, P5.
Good for them. Yeah, they seemed back in form of
They
like
were
early season of
pretty
like where the
stoked.
fuck did this team come from?
You mean Australia? The
Yeah.
first half of Australia, and then after that, you weren't like, where did this team come from? You're like, oh yeah, Haas is screwing up. Go
Yeah.
figure.
Yep.
Roman managed to not hit anybody this weekend, so that's
nice. Good job.
good on him.
Yep. Good for Romain Grosjean.
Yeah.
I still hope that he doesn't have a seat next year.
Would have finished P4 the rest of the season.
Okay. So you can count on him to finish half or a little more than half the season.
I feel like the only way Grosjean doesn't have a seat is if Kimi does. Like, I feel like Leclerc is taking one of those seats.
I don't know why Leclerc would swap from Sauber to Haas.
Because
They perform
much
better.
faster. And, yeah.
So I feel like
I mean, not like in such a reasonable fashion that you move him.
I feel like Leclerc made an unforced error at some point during this race.
He did.
In that sort of reinforced my thought of he's not going to go to Ferrari next year because he's not seasoned enough.
He needs to sit in that Sauber seat for.
What if
one
he
or two
sat in a
seasons.
Haas
Yeah, I
for
could
a
see
second
it.
I
season?
just
and
don't
then
understand. I feel like it's a little bit better, but I feel like it's more of a lateral move than
What
anything.
if you keep Marcus Ericsson paying you and you bring in Antonio Giovinazzi
Yeah.
into Sauber and then you toss
But what if
Leclerc
Kimi just
over?
stays?
What if Kimi just stays? No, I'm saying like if Kimi stays, toss Leclerc over to Haas.
The only thing about that plan that I don't know if it makes sense is I don't know how much of a junior Ferrari team that Haas is, where Sauber really seems like they are a feeder team for
Yeah,
Ferrari.
Yeah.
that
Haas
as
just
well.
seems like a customer more.
I mean, Haas has like a big partnership with Ferrari as
Yeah,
well.
I mean, most of their parts
like
come from Ferrari.
more so than like Williams does with Mercedes.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just don't. I agree with Jeff in the fact that like they don't really seem like a Ferrari junior team in the way that Alfa Romeo Sauber does.
Yeah, but I mean like Force India is somewhat the Mercedes junior team at this point, like because like basically
How's that
just
working out for
because
any
of
of those
Ocon.
guys?
It worked out for Bottas, and
He
that
didn't come from Force India.
I know, but it worked out from him coming from
Williams.
Williams to Mercedes. But that was a lot of like Toto Wolff. So
Yeah.
That's Also, Bottas is probably better than them.
Oh yeah, I think
Yeah.
Bottas is better than
Yeah.
both Force India drivers.
Force India double points finish.
Yeah,
Good for
which
them.
was good because I think Perez qualified P19 and
Yeah.
then got bumped up a couple spots due to just penalties for Leclerc and
Hartley.
Alonso and Hartley.
Anything else?
Championship standings.
Before that, podium, Vettel comes walking out with a can of Red Bull, which I thought was a good gag.
Yeah, I thought that's pretty good.
I mean, I don't think that it was a joke. He was legitimately drinking it, but I
Yeah.
thought it was kind of funny.
I think that's weird in the fact that like Ferrari doesn't have an energy drink sponsor, and like there's probably rules
Yeah,
of like only like don't show brands with you.
yeah, but it's probably also just like, hey, this is the Red Bull ring in the
There's
Yeah, I'm
Bull
sure there's
everywhere.
Red Bull everywhere.
in the
like,
green room. We've got water, we got Red Bull.
Yeah.
Take whatever. Also, we did mention before, Red Bull's never won here before. Now they have.
Yes. I feel like it's a fucking sweet victory for them, but also kind of bittersweet in that only one of their cars finished.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. If
It's-
it could have been like 2 Red Bulls on podium, that would have been cool.
That would have been fucking cool.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for Verstappen, Ricardo, Raikkonen for the podium, like midway
Yeah.
through the race. I was like, oh, this seems like this might actually happen. And then Ricardo's tires started going off. Raikkonen got past him. I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
And for a lot of this race, the commentators were talking about like, oh, Vettel's he's going to only be like 10 points behind Hamilton or whatever. And now, because Hamilton had to retire, Hamilton is 1 point behind Vettel.
We've been in this spot before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Granted, so one of the things that showed up was last year at this time, Vettel was 17 points ahead of Hamilton, and then Hamilton ended up winning. So it's still not anybody, but
It's between Hamilton and Vettel.
yeah, pretty much.
Still going
Yeah,
in.
so Vettel's got 146, Hamilton has 145, Ricardo has 102, and about 146 minus 44 is 102. Oh shit, 101 because it's also minus 1 from Hamilton.
Also, Raikkonen is the third person on that list, not Ricardo.
I thought I said Raikkonen.
Nope.
My bad. The battle for third of the drivers' championship is really close. It's Raikkonen, Ricardo, Verstappen, and Bottas all within like 8 points of each other.
Nice.
So that's pretty exciting.
Yep.
That's cool.
With this outcome, with the double retirement for Mercedes, Ferrari has taken the lead in the Constructors' Championship as well. Mercedes is 10 points behind. Red Bull, 48 points behind Mercedes. And then Renault, a substantial 127 points behind Red Bull.
Yeah. So just to give a gap of how the difference between the top three teams and Renault, who is best of the rest,
Fuck you.
God damn it.
that much further behind Red Bull even. Yeah, and with Bottas in sixth now, again, I'm just really feeling for Bottas this weekend. It's like, man, this is not your
He's having
season.
a
This
bad
is
run of
not
it.
what you need, because his contract's up at the end of this year, and I hope Mercedes keeps him. Niki
according to
Lauda's
Niki
out
Lauda.
there
Old man Niki Lauda.
saying that they're going to keep both drivers for next season, but
Yeah.
unconfirmed, so we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think Niki Lauda gets to make those announcements. So.
No, I don't think so. He might, but there's a chance he could know.
I mean, I'm sure
But
he
who-
would know, but
He also might be thinking that it's 2017
Yeah.
also
because
this.
he's very old.
I'm old.
I'm old.
Very good Niki Lauda impression.
Yeah, it's spot on. What else? Is that it for this race?
That's pretty much it for this race.
Yep.
We have the last of our triple header coming up next week at Silverstone,
Hell yeah.
which, if you recall, 2017, there are some tire wear problems there because both Ferraris lost their front lefts like a couple laps before the end
Yeah, the
that barely
blowouts.
let Vettel crawl his way up onto the podium of
Yeah.
that race. So that should hopefully be a fairly exciting race. We'll see. I have no idea what the weather's supposed to be like, whether or not it's going to rain.
It
It's
is England, so I'm hoping for rain.
Yeah,
Me
I'm hoping
too.
for rain too. We haven't had enough rain this season. We haven't had any.
Yeah, we haven't had
inters
any wet
on
races.
the race day, but like there's been wet free practices and some
Yeah.
quality stuff.
Well,
But
hopefully it starts next weekend because I do like rain races.
Yep.
So
And again, just like this race, the race is on at 8 a.m. Central Time, as is qualifying.
they're in the same time zone as Austria.
Probably.
That seems weird.
I mean, Europe's pretty small, man.
Yeah, I would have thought they'd be closer to France though, considering they. are
They're
right
not.
next to France.
They're not in the same time zone. It's just that the race starts are at different times locally.
I thought they were always at 2:10 p.m.
You thought wrong.
except for night races.
You thought wrong.
I think that you're wrong. I think that all of them are at 10 past the hour for television
Well, yeah,
purposes, but I think they did away with that.
Oh,
Yeah, in
2
Austria,
p.m.
the
thing.
race started at 3 p.m. In Britain, it is 2.
Fuck tradition, man.
Because I think they're trying to change this around to where it is like probably consistent in England to some extent. Like
I would imagine
for
that they're
a lot of
trying
these
to-
like European races, if they just get the times consistent for England,
Yeah. Well,
because that's where and like Spain is the same time zone also, and and Italy I think is also the same time zone.
yeah, I think if they can keep it somewhat consistent for the whole world, it makes life easier to plan.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yep.
is it a 2-week gap after Silverstone? Do we know?
Silverstone is what, July 8th?
I think that's
then
the summer break.
Germany is the 22nd.
Okay.
So
Then
The summer
that's
break-
The summer break.
Nope.
Then
Then,
Singapore.
then the next week is Hungary, and then the summer break,
Oh,
and
okay.
then Belgium.
wait.
Spa is the first race after the summer break.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I fucking love Spa.
Singapore isn't until September 16th.
Gotcha.
Word.
It's a ways off.
It is.
Anything else post race info? No, I think that's it.
No, yeah, I don't have anything.
Project car updates. We ain't done shit.
We ain't done shit. We
need to do
We
shit.
need to. Time's running out.
Listen, I'm not worried about it.
Well,
I am. I'm concerned.
I'm not worried about it at all.
I'll be out of town a lot.
I won't be.
Okay.
I just have to get through adulting. But there's not that
That
much work
sounds
that needs
like
to go
death.
into that car. It is death.
After adulting, seems
It's got to
like
go
death.
like to.
No, I know.
Okay.
Like, so
I've got some stickers that need placed.
I put stickers on the Bronco. That's a project car update.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about getting some more stickers.
I need to have
of
more
different
stickers.
types.
I need to have more stickers made.
Yeah.
So we need to get like some kind of a livery on the race car.
Yep.
Jeff needs stickers for his new helmet. Yeah. I need not a red sticker for my blue Bronco. So
Why red and blue go together? Have you ever heard of America?
Yeah. Didn't you see that picture of that Omni?
I
It
did
looked
see
actually
that
pretty
picture of
good.
that Omni. No, I'm really not worried about getting the project car done.
Okay.
So we got to get tires on it, and we got to do some electrical work, and we got to fix like one or two things. It's not that big a deal.
Cool.
Next week, I will not be here. I'm moving.
Yep.
I got to do that thing. So it might just be you two. It might be,
I'm going to
Mystery
try
guest.
to get a guest.
yeah, mystery guest next week, maybe.
Email Dave Lang. Dave, I know you only have 1 week's notice, but you want to be on our show?
Probably 2 weeks from now, we'll have like some actual project car updates. And then 3 weeks from now,
we'll be in Iowa.
Hit us up.
Is that really 3 weeks from now?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Wow.
Speaking
Today-
of 3 weeks
Wham!
from now, the next Super GT race is more than that away.
You know it's fewer than that away?
Silverstone?
The 4th of July.
Fuck.
This comes out on the 4th of July.
Happy birthday, America.
Yeah.
Yep. Enjoy your day off that you hopefully got. Because you...
Man, I got every day off. If you don't have a fucking job, you have every day off.
I get the day off.
I get the day off.
It's kind of sweet.
I have the day off.
You have
the
all
week
the
off.
days off, though.
Man, they're so generous. They gave you the whole week off.
Yeah. So, yeah, in America, it is the 4th of July. So, happy 4th of July. Don't blow your hands off.
Oh, Germany's the
Or
same
fingers.
weekend as the Iowa trip.
Oh, man, I threw like an artillery shell yesterday, like a hand grenade.
What?
You idiot.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, I just threw it down a hill and then it exploded. It was fucking sweet.
Did you start a grass fire?
No, because it was raining yesterday.
You did
The
it
last time I did that, I started a grass fire.
So smart.
Allegedly.
Oklahoma would be crazy. Yeah, I think that's it, though. Unless you guys have anything else. Oh, do you guys want to address this application for Superfan?
I thought we did.
I mean, does he get to be the Superfan, or do we sue him for copyright infringement?
I don't think we can sue him. I can't afford to sue him. I give it a pass. This is intricate.
Yeah, this is
This is
intricate.
pretty intricate.
I'm gonna have this macaroni and cheese for dinner.
This took a level of planning that I was not prepared for. It didn't explode in my face and kill me.
Yeah, I'm
My
glad to
throat
not
still kind
die.
of burns from this beverage.
Yeah,
In a
Joe,
I can
weird way.
smell it sitting over here, and it's bothering me.
I feel like I could clean things with it,
But
like corrosion.
Dude, I fucking feel like you could, too.
Could pour this on some battery terminals or something.
But yeah, I'm going to say that 10 Tenths needs to step up their fucking game, because somebody who's supposed to be our like actual friend did a better job.
Yep.
And now he gets to be the Superfan.
Yes.
Weird how that works out.
Yeah. Does that mean he can have a t-shirt?
No.
That's like the one rule.
I didn't know if we wanted to swag him up, because he is coming to Iowa with us.
He can have
Okay.
hat.
What if we gave him a shirt, but we just like Sharpied the logo on?
I
think
can't
that-
draw so good.
That's
Exactly.
exactly. I think that might be what we do. How we do.
All right.
Word. So yeah, if you're going to Iowa also, you get to meet the Superfan.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yep. Hit us up at Radial Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Send me an email over at radialpodcast@gmail.com.
Please send me an email. I'm so lonely.
Be sure to check out shop.radialpodcast.com if you want a t-shirt,
Yep.
unless you're Daniel, the Superfan.
Yeah.
Because he still can't have a T-shirt.
Yeah, I can just cancel those orders.
Is that what you've been doing this whole time?
Yeah, I've been canceling all the orders. Like, money, fuck that.
Be sure to check us out on all our URLs. Fuckkansas.com, fuckdenny's.com, fuckthailand.com. Jeff, you want to name off any more?
We're going to get sued.
Hatsunemiku.racing.
Hell yeah, that's the only one.
It's the only one that matters.
Yeah.
Miku did a great job
we
today.
actually added the shop extension to.
It's because it's the only one I bought.
Yeah.
You guys been doing this on your own.
I've only bought 2. All the other ones have been Jeff.
Yeah, I'm like $60 into URLs.
I'm $24 in the URLs right now. So
Cool.
No, you have 3. Fuck
I have
Kansas.
3?
Fuck
Oh
Thailand.
fuck! I'm $36 in this
And I
joke.
think I'm
I have to
forgetting
stop.
One of mine was like $20-something.
Wow.
Domainaddiction.center was the expensive one.
Yeah. Okay. For more URL talk, check us out next week.
Yep.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Not me.
Bom, bom, bom. Sorry, that was my impression of the outro.
Oh. Bye.
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 Odin, say bye.
Did you see this shit? Daniel's gonna put like glitter in a fan inside of this box, so when you opened it, it shot glitter all over.
Fuck that. I would have been so fucking pissed. Got that fucking shit all over my goddamn laptop, that cunt.
As soon as I can see again, I'm coming to your house and murdering you.